good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion!
Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
That I don't think that he's good. That I don't.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Sandra P's Gen Xtra. Thank you so much for joining me for another live. But this live is actually for extras. And what extras is, of course, it is anything Bravo, Peacock, the Bravoverse, Bravo celebrities, our Real Housewives, people adjacent to Real Housewives, any of the fun stuff that we like to do over here at Sandra P's Gen Xtra. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you would, as you come in, please press the like button. That helps keep a growing channel in the algorithm. So press the like button, and I would appreciate that so much. Welcome in, American Born. This is one of the subscribers. I love engaging with you in the comments. This is American Born. Don't stay away from me. American Born. Come in and take your seat. So American Born has come in to talk with me about all things Bravo. So we're going to start out, of course, with the Real Housewives. So come in if you would. Take a seat. Click the like button. Some of you like to click it on the way out. I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Fire. Thank you. Yes, we do love extras over here because there's so much information. You can't even really cover it during the reviews. And sometimes I like the reviews to just stay within the confines of that review. So I do like the idea of having extras that we can talk about. The first thing that you already see posted, this is Liz, Elizabeth Josephine McGraw. I sent a couple of things like Liz's second statement. Oh, thank you so much, American Born. I'll go through those in real time. So we're just going to settle in. So let me go through this first one that you can see listed on the screen. And that is Liz. That's Liz McGraw. And poor Liz, it looks like, I don't know. I'm not sure what is driving this. Some people think that Liz is not really wanting to face what's going to face her second season. I think, honestly, I finished watching part 2 of the reunion. People are giving Joellen a lot of credit. Like, yeah, Joellen, eat him up, get Brian, get Liz. I thought Joellen was allowed too much free reign. I think Andy should have took control of her a lot because, lady, I wouldn't have been answering all these questions you were asking. You're not an investigator. I love that Andy said that the door's open to her. Yeah, so that would kind of kill any rumors that, Liz, she's not welcome back, or if she got fired, and she didn't get fired. This was her own decision. I'll read her statement. I'm full of gratitude for the amazing opportunity to appear on this show. As filming for season 2 begins, I've made a decision to take a step back and focus on my family, my work, and my passions. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island Kiss is an amazing group of women who've created something special. I'll be watching next season, rooting for the continued success of this franchise. For now, I look forward to enjoying this little corner of the world from the other side of the camera. Now, if y'all look at where Liz is, I wish I could expand that. If I could find, because that was a screenshot I took. I have the actual picture. Let me see. Queens of Bravo put that in there. Let me see if I could share that. Queens of Bravo took that. If y'all would see where Liz is actually on her own deck, y'all, in Rhode Island. She has a house on the water by the seawall that she loves to walk with her husband, Jerry, her adoring husband, Jerry. Jerry's sitting up cackling all the time. Jerry, I don't know what got you so happy, but if it's legal, give me some. And Liz is living her best life, what it looks like to me. Let me welcome in Cece, who has come in. Thank you so much for joining during the live, Cece. Cece is one of the moderators. I appreciate you so much. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Xtra. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to push the channel up in the YouTube algorithm so that more people can enjoy all the amazing content. Thank you so much, CC. I appreciate that. American Born is speaking. Hey, CC. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. She's speaking to myself, American Born, anyone else that's in the chat. Toot says back to back. I'm here. Thank you so much, Toot Toot. I appreciate it. This is the extras where I like to actually provide a place where we can talk about anything in the Bravo verse, and I can stay on task during the when I'm doing actually the reviews. So I do like to do that. So what I was reading, that is Liz McGraw of Rhode Island. So she is on her deck by the water, not with Dino, but by herself, her glass of white wine. And she's saying that she's going to be watching. She's not going to be participating. I don't blame her. A lot of people were thinking, well, I don't know, Liz. She thought she's going to be Queen Bee. She's mad she's not. I don't know. I do think she thought she's going to be Queen Bee. I think there was still a place for her to do that. But as you know, I always felt the audience chooses fan favorite, Queen Bee, all this kind of stuff. The one in charge of the girls, the audience chooses that. And so Liz, I don't know if she thought maybe her age would provide that to her. It didn't. And I think there was some disappointment there. But if you have reviewed Reddit, otherwise known as Skid Row, or been around the YouTube streets or any of the gossip places, you know, Liz, I mentioned Dino down by the water in the seawall with Liz and Dino. There's rumors about them. She has said, no, none of that's true. He's Jerry's best friend. Jerry's her husband. Dino, I covered in an extra a couple months ago. He is involved in some type of investigation that Coca-Cola and a smile, something about box trucks, all kind of stuff going on. And there is all kind of investigation. Thank you. Cece's still driving, but she's at a light. So thank you, Cece, for putting down details about like, share, subscribe. I appreciate that. So everyone speak to Cece, but if she doesn't speak back, that's what it is, because we know Cece always speaks back. Luckily, there's been so much. It's easy to have extras. Yes, American Born, that is great. There has been so much news in the Bravo streets that it is easy to have extras. So I do appreciate that. And you have sent some stuff as well. And as I go through, I find a lot of stuff. So I do love that about this genre of reality TV recaps and all of that. So Liz is saying that nobody ran her away. She left. And she let us know. Welcome in, CDW. It is great to see you. CDW has come into the live, spoken to myself, everyone, and we are glad to have CDW. CDW, this is the very first extra. That lady sitting there with her hair flowing down, holding an almost finished glass of white wine. That's her very own deck. That is Liz McGraw, and she's from Real Housewives of Rhode Island. They have had a 10 out of 10 season. It is amazing. Liz might be a little bit upset about maybe she's not fan favorite. Maybe she's not someone that is, you know, house mother and all this kind of stuff. Maybe she thought she would be, and now she's not. So people are speculating on why she's not coming back. But when I posted the picture and I shared that, you can see that there is Andy Cohen down there at the bottom, letting her know that, you know, the door is not closed. He said the door is always open. Just saying. So Andy's letting Liz know, hey, if you want to come back. So, and he's letting the audience know too, because you know how the Bravo audience likes to do. I hate to hear that she's leaving. CDW, you and me both. I've heard a lot of people say they're glad to see her go. I'm not a lot of people. I'm not glad to see her go. I actually like Liz. And even when she didn't come across great, to me, she came across great, because I don't mind somebody showing their flaws, letting their slip show. I don't mind that. You don't have to be perfect. It's reality TV, and they've gotten to a place where they've studied the shows, watched each other. They've been watching 2 decades the way that we have, and they come in just being all fake and rich and throwing a dog party, and meanwhile, behind the scenes, their life is falling apart. So Liz she showed us her crazy. We got to see Liz is crazy, and it started out pretty early. Her first, one of the scenes where she was at her home, and she should have been shining. And then Kelsey says, well, there's an ongoing, and ongoing, and ran upstairs, and the whole thing was crazy. We saw her with Joellen at Kappa's, pulling this lady's hair, kicking her chair across the floor, didn't even remember it happened. So Liz has her own version of crazy, but she also stood 10 toes down that, you know, she would be who and what she is. And I respect Liz. American Born says, I'm sad Liz is going too. Yeah, I hate to see Liz go. I understand it. If there is indeed this investigation of Dino and all this other stuff, I get it. Key1 JTV, welcome back in. Everyone who is regularly here, you know Key1 JTV is one of my YouTube fellow content creators, and I enjoy having her support me. I support her. So if you're not already over there, please go. And everyone's speaking to her, including American Born. So I was sent this second statement. Thank you so much for this, American Born. This is from Liz. Let me see if I can expand it. Hopefully I can see this because it looks dark. Or you know what? I can open it somewhere else and then I can see it there. All right, everybody. We'll see. Liz has another statement. So I don't know. Liz might be, is she too sensitive for the show? I don't know. I feel like there's certain people, certain things they're not going to put up with. I will say I do think that's the case of Liz. Like the way she watched, Joellen was given free reign to go so crazy on Rula and Brian. And do I think Brian is a low down dirty dog? Yeah, I do. Do I think that that's Joellen's place to fly up in this man's face, attack Rula as much as she wants to, and Andy to sit there kind of amused? I don't care for that too much. Andy, that's your show. You want to be the host, then go ahead and host. You don't get to tell, you don't get to unleash somebody else on someone else. I didn't care for that at all. So let me go in and see if I can share this. All right, let's see. All right, that is her same comment, everybody. Let me go back and get this other comment. Anyway, I think this, and one thing I like about the ensemble cast, everyone's gonna have a favorite. Everyone's gonna have someone that is their villain. They could do without them. This cast, even the ones I don't care for, and right now that is still Kelsey and Joellen. I just don't care for them. I can still say that they're valuable to the cast, and I wanted everybody back. Now, of course, I love Ashley. Ashley is my baby. I like Ashley a lot. Alicia is one of my favorites. I got really annoyed with her during the second part of the reunion. I didn't review that yet. I did watch it. I don't know if I can squeeze enough out of it. That might be a Rhode Island extra in and of itself. But I didn't like the fact that she's doing so much. She's really making this a big thing about her and Billy and the house situation and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Do you think that's cute? Because it's not cute. And this man's, well, I've got this written out and she's taken care of, but I'll give her 50% of his shares. I hope she caught that, because Pizza Mama is a family business. He doesn't own 50% of Pizza Mama. He owns a certain percentage of Pizza Mama, but his family is also in that business as well. So he owns a certain amount of Pizza Mama, but not 100%. So let's read Liz's second statement. I'll read any of the comments that are addressing this, and then we'll move to another topic. But right now we're on Mama Liz. There she is. And then another thing, Liz, just because she's in her 50s, she's a little assured. Gen X has that, we pop our collar a little bit, but she can get insecure too. You saw her at Newport, all these young girls, all these young bodies, and she got a little insecure. And then even when she came out on stage, look at her dress, look at her makeup. Jared's telling her, oh, wow, look, you're beautiful. She says, do I look like Mother of the Bride? And he said, no. Everybody said, girl, no. So I don't know. There's something in Liz. I have compassion for that. And I'm always going to root for the underdog. Liz is no underdog, but I don't like it if she felt like, I'm going to get dragged second season. Joellen's chomping at the bit. She's crazy. She's off her leash. She's gotten a lot of kudos for it. You can go around the YouTube streets and you can see everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people feeling like what she did and how she handled herself and Rula is okay. Even though Joellen, when they were giving their words, would you do anything differently? What about your first season? And she said, I would have handled Rula differently. Now she got nothing for Brian. She ain't gonna let Brian go. And Joellen, I don't know if you should let Brian go. But again, it's none of her business to that degree. It's really not. Rula, do I want you away from Brian? Yeah. But am I convinced that Rula's not moving away from Brian? I'm not convinced. I think she's doing something that she's going to do in her own time. And she's going to share with us what she will. But then other than that, we just have to leave it alone till she decides to do what she decides to do. Let me get the comments first, and then I'll read Liz's statement since I have it where I can read it. Okay, everyone's speaking to each other. Kiwan says, so is Liz and her husband connected with Dino legal troubles? Kiwan JTV, that is a lot of the speculation in some of the grimier parts of Reddit, otherwise known as Skid Row. Dino's investigation has to do with Have a Coke and a Smile, also the transport of Have a Coke and a Smile, and also there's questions as to Liz on the show. Jerry sold the boat in the middle of the night, so he's gotten rid of the gypsy, and there is all kind of stuff, questions that are out there. So we don't know if they're related to Dino's trouble or not. There was a scene in part 2 when Andy was asking about Dino, something about that relationship. Jerry said, well, he's my best friend, he's more famous than us. And Liz is like, in all the wrong ways. She muttered. Liz had a lot of mutterings going on that if people caught, they told a lot. Because Rula was like, who said I called Jerry? I didn't call Jerry. We find out Brian and a friend called Jerry. It wasn't Rula. So Brian, we know, is a caller, but it wasn't Rula. And she says, I want to talk to Jerry. And Liz muttered, Jerry doesn't even know what day it is. Talk to Jerry. So I don't know what Jerry and Liz got going on, but I think they take equal turns not doing what day it is. She claims they aren't involved. AB, of course she would. I've claimed that too, but I don't know. Kiwan says, okay. Maybe what the judge and the prosecutor say too. Okay. I hope they're not involved. I'll say that. I think Liz would have stayed if the fans were still singing her praise like they did the first couple of episodes. American Born, yes. And I think that Liz, she can see how quick the pendulum swings. So Liz, why are you upset that now you're getting dragged about the way you treated Joe Ellen, the way you treated Alicia, and the way you was, you were never homeless, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it was that bad, but again, I'm not her. I don't know what it would feel like to be attacked and to read stuff about yourself and to watch commentary on yourself by people that don't know you. They would have swung back around, Liz. You could have stood 10 toes down. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I remember one of my favorite, not even a housewife, mob wife, Karen from, not Karen. The one that was the clothes designer. Well, I don't know her name, but her and Karen would always get into it. And she's Gravano. She would always say, well, you got a problem. She said, you're crazy. And she says, yeah, I am a little crazy. People don't mind that. We don't like you faking the funk. So Liz, if you own it, stand up in it, we don't have a problem with it. So American Born is right. I think she would have stayed if the season ended on a great note for her, like it started out, but he is. I think she really enjoyed that, but then it got a little tough and she didn't like it. Key1 JTV says Liz should take a book from Karen the Drunk Huger and her glow up. Key1 JTV, Karen came back, honey, in a single episode as if she didn't just come out of jail, in prison braids and a jean jumpsuit that the prisoners made for her. And she coming back haughty too. I can't wait to see Miss Karen. Haughty. American Born too. Deep sea fishing could also mean picking up packages in the ocean, by the way. The Coast Guard knows it too, AB. I wonder if they focus on that right now. They're too busy chasing around poor Haitians. I hate it. But they won't find too many Haitians off the coast of Rhode Island. So that's one good thing. They bother them in Miami. AB, yes. K1J, we know. We've all read the news. We know what it is. Let me read Liz's statement, and then we'll go to the next topic. Oh, Liz is answering. See, this is where Liz's skin. Your skin is too thin, baby. It's fascinating to me how everyone assumes my reason for leaving involves being afraid of skeletons. Jail. Bug eyes. This is not new gossip. It's been the local slander for years. If there was even an ounce of validity to it, I do not have ever gone on a show. I'd not have ever gone on a show. I realize that for some, it feels good to speculate. Feels good to speculate, hate, and defame my character. But I've never been investigated, nor involved in any criminal case. It's preposterous, and people should know how utterly ridiculous it sounds. Sorry to disappoint. It's wild to me how people feel at liberty to openly state such absurd claims as facts. Now that I have time on my hands, I'll start the process of holding those originating and spreading such fiction accountable. She blew us a kiss. Liz, wrong road. Under Liz's first post, you saw who answered? Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen told her that the door is open. So Liz, why are you trying to go toe-to-toe with these people? Who cares? You said it's not true. Jerry said it's not true. Say, look, I'm spending time with my little Gigi. That's her little grandbaby. The baby calls her Gigi. She doesn't call anybody anything yet, but she's a baby. And I don't know why Liz is getting so upset. That's the nature of the show. But Liz, if this is not for you, it's just not for you. So America Born is looking and laughing. I'm really read the emoji. Y'all, these emojis are so small. I got to find out if production comes to work. I want them to actually make things bigger on my screen so I won't have to sit here and squint. Here's another ominous picture of, oh no, that's not Dina. I don't know who that is. So there is a lot of speculation, of course, in the blog. Some of the usual suspects are doing the most. But Liz, that's what they do. This is the Bravo sector. Liz, I hate that, y'all. Jerry Vet, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming back to the live. We were just speaking about Liz. Let me show you that again. That's Liz. And look, y'all, the first statements, and look at me, I'm over her shoulder with that cloak of immunity. Liz, I got you. A lot of us got you. Why are you doing this? Andy said the door is open. Just saying. And then he made a heart. If your boss tells you that, Liz, that's all you needed to hear. You didn't need a second statement. Go spend that time with Gigi and with Jerry. Don't worry about it. Everybody's speaking to dear Yvette. I'm listening on a team call. Okay, thank you, dear Yvette. So multitasking, as we know how to do. I love it. So Liz, I don't understand it, Liz. I wish you didn't do this. But hopefully that is her second and last statement because she doesn't have to answer anybody. Her boss told her that the boss let her know the door is always open. And that's all I would need to hear. I wouldn't care what anybody else was talking about. The door's open. Okay, I'm good. Get it, got it, gone. We're good. So that is a trip. All right, let me see what else we have. Our next topic. We will go to Real Housewives of Atlanta because there are multiple topics there. All right, and with this topic, this is one of the young ladies from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's having a tough season, but I hope she can stand 10 toes down. She is wearing Sandra P's cloak of immunity. She had it because last year was actually her first season with a full peach. So Shamia has been here over a decade. This is Shamia Morton Mwangi. Liz knows that her and that boy has some relations. Yeah, dear Yvette, she said, that he was like her best friend and all this kind of stuff. And he's Jerry's best friend as well. And I think that her and Jerry, she said, we've been together on and off for 23 years. So within that on and off for 23 years, I think Jerry did his thing and Liz did his thing. But when she gave Rula the chance to stand up in it and speak, she didn't really say anything. Thank you, Cece, for checking in and letting me know. 6 likes and 6 in the chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate when you all make it match. I love that. Thank you so much. So Cece was at a light. You see here above me, we know that World Cup is going on. What did she call this man? Angela called him the king of what? She tried to call him the king of Zamunda. Angela, you're going to have to answer for that. He's not the king of Zamunda. According to Shamia, he's the king of Kenya. So we got Gerald and Shamia Morton Mwangi. They are with the incomparable Nene Leakes. Nene looks good. And her boyfriend, Nyosela Sale. Nene's off and on with this guy at the FIFA World Cup. Nyola, did you get divorced yet? So he's there with Nene. Looking pretty good. They look good. That's a nice picture. Shamia, here's what I want Shamia to do. Her and Angela, that feud that they have gotten into, and I blame 80% of it on Angela. I know people say Shamia started, but I feel like you should kind of know your, if not enemy, but the person you're against. I think Shamia is not even enough of a challenge for Angela to go at like that. And I think that the reason people are saying, oh, I see a face. Oh, God, girl, get off my screen. Why is Dr. Shanita Forster holding oh no, that's Shamia holding him. Let me not lie on you, Dr. Shanita. Why is she over Gerald's shoulder? Do y'all know who Dr. Shanita Forster is? Who's your coach? She tried to ride Melody Cherie's millimeters and fandom into something. And Dr. Dr. Shanita, I'm not gonna get on her too bad. She's out here, she's doing what she's doing. She's another one of those people that know how to make a lot of connections. I don't really care for her. I'm not a big fan. I don't like the way I think she talks down to people and I don't like it. But they were at an event for this World Federation of Soccer, their World Cup. So Gerald, I don't know how your team did. I hope it did great. I shouldn't assume that the Kenyans are his team, but I believe that they probably are. Dr. Shanita, that's a blast from the past. I can't believe Nene's still seeing that guy. AB, me either. I know the wife probably glad to get this fool off of him. Right, she's corny. Yeah, I mean, Shamia is corny, but I feel like if she leaned into that, look at this. She's out here living her best life. You at the World Cup, you're going to sit back and argue with Angela? And her little arguments, a little 13 and 14-year arguments, can your pants meet your shoes? And this lady coming back and putting you on a whole 2 sports team. You're supposed to be throwing your leg up for 2 sports teams and a green beard attorney named George. Ridiculous. Shanita is always hanging on or over a rich African. Cece, isn't she? Dr. Shanita, honey, she has made that her brand. She got a school over there too. She was raising money for water one time, hawking t-shirts and classes, and there was a whole lot going on with some of them classes, everybody, allegedly. This is what I heard. Keywan JTV says, unfortunately, I'm aware of Shanita. I don't like her raggedy tail. Ooh, Keywan JTV, I'd have to hear more about that. I'm not a fan of Dr. Shanita. I don't like the way she talks to people. And at the time when I was immersed and engaged in watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, she appeared in a few episodes, and anybody that seems to be for Melody Cherie, I'm for them. But something about Dr. Shanita rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like Dear Yvette is saying it. She wants to be the African connection. She's one of those people that does like to use her connections to people to gain for herself, in my opinion. And I feel like that's how she was using Melody. Melody's grown a lot in her discernment, but early on when we saw Melody carry grown couples, a city on her back, put them on the map, and then look at how they treated her, including her own ex-husband. So I have a soft place in my heart for Melody Cherie. I always have. Just as she's a hard worker. She's such a blast of light. I just love Melody Cherie. And I don't love Dr. Shanita and her intentions for people. I don't care for her. So Keywan J, if you know more, let me know. AB says, facing that alive on people as if it was a pyramid scheme, forcing that alive on people. Yes, I forgot about that. She was selling some kind of fitness or health drink called Alive, and it runs by subscription. And you pay for the Alive, and then she would have people that she sponsored under her to also sell Alive. And she would try to get creators that had great reputation. If you were involved or knew Melody Cherie, that was another great connection. And she would just latch onto others' good name and hard work. And she has a name. I'm sure she works hard, but I don't know. I saw some complaints, especially with that class. She was selling a high price class and then one for like $50. And there was this back and forth. This young lady had scrambled. She put together $50 and she was trying to chase Dr. Shanita, like, where's the Zoom code? Where's the Zoom code? And Dr. Shanita had 101 excuses. My pet died. The parrots cried. This, that, and that. And long story short, they didn't get to do that coaching session. And then she tried to make the girl feel badly, asking her about it. I have no problem. I got you a little $50. Well, give it to the girl. You don't know what this lady took to get together $50. CDW is saying what it is. Usually when people do this, there's something under it. Dr. Shanita talks too much. Thank you, CDW. Anybody I ever knew that had really valuable information, you had to pry it out of them. Honey, not Dr. Shanita. She started pressing that live button as soon as she got a few little scenes under her belt on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Here she come. And I was aware of her from Football Wives. And I didn't care for it then. Keywan J says, I just know her from coming in the show, and upon seeing her, I didn't like her. Oh, so you got that discernment. She was on Football Wives. I remember her on that. And I can't remember her husband, but he's an ex-NFLer. And she kind of rode that to some notoriety of her own. David, she had some of these CC's hooked, and it was a scam that Todd set up with the BS. Dear Yvette, I know that she did. And I hate that because a lot of them had good intentions. Good intentions. And the thing about the Melometers, Melody supporters, they did like to, and I'll consider myself a Melometer. I like to support other women, but I also have a spirit of discernment. And when I hear and see a little bit too much, like CDW said, you doing all that talking, Dr. Shanita, take a breath. Let me listen. Let me absorb what you're saying to me. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. AB says she went to every Melometer who followed her and sent emails begging for us to buy something or donate for her. I unfollow her quick. AB, I didn't know she was doing that. I didn't follow her. I don't like all that yakking. I don't. You going live for what, Dr. Shanita? And talking about the girls' school. Then the girls' school had Oprah vibes, or was she giving them water? Something she was doing. Bullseye to dear Yvette. That is so funny. Yeah, I remember that. And Kiwan says exactly. I remember that. Dr. Shanita, you got your head over here. We see what you were up to. CDW said, I remember when she was on Football Wise, I didn't like her. Yeah, she was one of the ones I didn't like at all. I didn't like her at all. They had people that were, I don't know. I think like top tier was Pilar Sanders, but she was only like a season or two. And then that was because of the connection to Dion. But yeah, Dr. Shanita, I don't care for you at all. But here you are, sticking your head right up under another rich African. But Shamia, I was going to give Shamia my advice. I want Shamia Morton Mwangi. Shamia, you can't match, you cannot match Angela on her, that level of nastiness that Angela's willing to go to. And I like Angela Oakley, y'all. It kind of pains me to say this. I saw something in her last episode that was unsettling. She is laser focused on Shamia. She can't go at Portia like that because Portia is an NBC Universal favorite, some of the fans' favorite, Bravo favorite. She can't go at Phaedra. She really is limited as to who she's gonna go at to get that fix where they say, yeah, girl, read. So she feels like Shamia is an easy target. And because Shamia is one of those people that likes to get the last word, she's having a hard time just letting Angela have that. If Shamia would let Angela have that and lean into her rich wife, and she's a real rich wife. She works because she wants to, not because she has to. If she would lean into that, I think she would probably get some of the fans back because she's turned a lot of people against her. And it mainly is the Portia people. People that love Portia hate Shamia. I don't love or hate Portia. I recognize her value to the show, and I think that she's good TV, but she can be wrong too. We've seen her wrong. We've seen her lie right in front of our face on TV and come back. So AB is saying about Dr. Shanita, she's a scammer, plain and simple. I came to that conclusion myself, and she never scammed me, but I just didn't like how she was moving. And David said she wanted to profit off of Mel, in my opinion. I thought that too, David. That's why she never really sat right with me. I don't really care. Bingo, American Born says. So we're all on the same page with Dr. Shanita Foster. That's how I feel about it. Dr. Shamia, the jury's out on you. We're good on you. We're going to let you go. So the other thing that is happening off of the show is, and this is still Real Housewives of Atlanta that I'm talking about. The other thing happening is, Angela is also getting into it with the lady Ashley. And the reason why she's getting into it with Ashley is because Ashley had the nerve to answer her back. And I'm glad that she did, because sometimes people feel like they can just say whatever they want to say and nobody's supposed to answer back. And I think because Angela has that platform and a lot of people have like, yeah, Angela, get him. She feels like she can just say whatever she wants and that Ashley wasn't going to answer. Now, do I think Ashley, I don't want her on my screen. I don't. But do I think she has every right to answer? Yeah, I do. And I'm kind of glad she is. I'm glad she is answering. So we got Angela Oakley answering back. And let me see if I can pull up what she was talking about. Let's see. Oh, no, she's interesting. What she does on Threads is actually different than what she does on Instagram. So I'll share that just so you can see. Or was I already sharing that? Let's see. What she's sharing on Threads, she should be doing a lot more of that on Instagram. All right, so you know that Charles Oakley's old team, the Knicks, just won. So she goes uptown with him to Harlem. I hear them chanting Oakley. The Charles is legend in that field, sports, to the fact that he's known outside. So Angela's getting to kick off that. Now she's finally getting a chance to shine. Then that's, to me, that's what she should be doing, honestly, instead of over here, picking on Shamia. All right, let me remove that. I wanted to go back and find where Shamia and Ashley were getting into it. Let me make sure I can find that, because they keep responding. I may have to go back. I may have to go back to that because I didn't save it the way that I should have. Let me see. I'll try it one more time. If that doesn't come up, then I'll go to the next story and then come back to that. All right, no, that won't share from there. All right, let me go back to this other story. And we had just talked about this because the review prior to this, y'all, that was In the City. So In the City is with Kyle Cook of Summer House and also Ava Dash. We have a few people in the chat that have taken our little Ava Dash under their wing. There she is at BravoCon last season. I didn't stay for any of the Next Gen NYC panels, even though I was in Vegas. I didn't stay for their panels because their panels were kind of late, and it was an all-day thing. They would start as early as 9 a.m., and the kids' panel would always be like 5:45. I'm back at the hotel by then at dinner. So we have Ava and Kyle. Are they on track to be Bravo's next power couple? We don't think so. Says we're not sure, but things may be heating up. Let me see if I can read this a little more closer. I don't agree. The soon-to-be divorced Summer House OG was spotted kissing the Next Gen NYC star in the Hamptons last week. So, y'all, it goes down in the Hamptons. It wasn't the first time they've been spotted together. Kyle, say it ain't so. So it's shaping up to be a hot summer. But when asked about it, Kyle, in a recent interview, Ava tried to keep it cool. Ava Dash and Kyle Cook relationship update. I'm a thumbs down on this, everybody. Kyle's 43. Ava is mid-20s. Kyle and Ava first popped into our radar back in March. They stepped out holding hands at dinner. Shortly after, Kyle appeared on Watch What Happens Live and denied anything romantic. Fast forward last week, the pair shared a kiss in the Hamptons. So to be fair, this isn't the first person Kyle has kissed since his split from Amanda Bachula. But Page 6 went straight to the source on this one. Asked Ava, she admitted they're having a good time together. She'd be open to more good time. Not too much, Ava. Rachel, get Ava. You see how thirsty she appears? Why would this beautiful young woman be so thirsty? I don't know. A wise man once said, summer should be fun. That's Kyle. Amanda, not fun. That is Kyle to Amanda. So Ava's clearly embracing that mindset. She's forged relationships with Kyle and several other Summer House cast members like Jesse and Mia. At this point, she might as well make a cameo on Summer House season 11. There it is. Ava, you kind of boring up Next Gen, so you're not going to come to Summer House and bore that up. I don't even remember. Y'all know they went to the Jersey Shore last season, sticking out on the Jersey Shore. Charlie came up there, even though everybody was mad at him. He had been microaggressive to Riley on the ride over. Gia had to jump in on his behalf and said, let the kid eat dinner. Georgia got into a thing with him. So there were some names that stood out. Ava Dash wasn't. I don't even remember what, if anything, you did at Jersey Shore. So no, girl, we don't need you down there on Summer House. Ava's a trip. Makes me wonder now, is she doing this for attention or what? So I'm thumbs down on that relationship, if any. Everyone is speaking to Sharon Gabo, who's come back in. Hey, Sandra Peace, Gen Xtra. Hey, Sharon. Also speaking in the chat. I'm back. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Everyone spoke to her as she came in. And CDW said, Angela made me like Shamia this last episode due to the way she treated her, which was unnecessary. CDW, you're kind of like me. You have a heart for the underdog. Because Shamia, I do find her corny. I find all of that, shucking and everything a little bit too much. But that's not enough for you to start lying on somebody and trying to destroy their livelihood and their life, because you are aiming directly at this lady's marriage with no proof. Got on the phone, lied, and she did lie. She sat up there and talking about, well, I didn't say it had nothing to do with sex. Production shows us 30 minutes before she's saying, did you F George? Now, when she says, did you F George, I'm taking that to mean, did she have sex with him? So, Angela, I don't know why you're lying. Frick and Frack sat there and tapped each other, punched each other with their elbow, and they knew what was going on. It's going to come up again. And right now, they are letting, I think, Angela be the attack dog, because honestly, they really don't want Shamia on the show either. If Shamia was standing to her rich white fullness, none of them could touch Shamia. Looks, personality, money, anything that she has going on, none of them. She said that she shot a lot of stuff last season that didn't make it to TV. So Shamia, I don't know why it didn't, but they're showing her in a certain light, and they can't show what you don't give them. But she has a girls' camp. She said she shot a lot of stuff for the girls' charity. She has a breast cancer charity. That was part of the storyline. Greenbeard gave a huge check of $10,000, paid extra money for that big check. I know that for a fact. So Shamia, I don't like how you're responding. But she's one of those people, once you get under her skin, she got to respond. But it's making Angela look like a bully. I'm with CDW. I kind of pulled Shamia a little bit closer the way Angela was acting. And I like Angela, but Angela, now I'm a little unsure of her and why she's acting like that. She's doing way too much. AB says, I wonder if Ava will pop up on Summer House. They're going to start filming soon. American Born, she's doing everything in her power to get invited. Down there kissing Kyle up in the Hamptons. AB says they need more people to film since Kyle and Ben are also gone. Yeah, they're even saying that, matter of fact, let me pull that up. That was one of the stories, but I don't think I have them in order. So they had a list of the people that were returning, and I think Sierra and also Lindsay were saying that they were coming in as like cameos. So they're not going to be able to spend like all summer in the Summer House, because honestly, it's a nice problem to have. You have almost too much going on where you can't just be out there like that. So we don't know that they're going to be, well, we know that they're not going to be coming back to Summer House. And then they are going to need more people to film. Ava Dash, again, she's born on her own show. So I don't see them giving her a place on Summer House. I don't see that happening. And let me see if I can find the Summer House cast list that they had come out. They did put more in the news about the cast, who they had coming. KJ wants to only come back as like a friend of. KJ captured a lot of hearts. I kind of took KJ under my wing just because of what he was going through. West TD, of course, was not asked back. So he put out one of these butthole statements that he announces his exit. Bye, Funky. Bye, Ashy. We don't want you back. So I don't know what he's talking about. Amanda and her long back, it says, I'm not coming back either. I got to go in the city and watch West. So she don't trust him in the city. He's already cheating. That is in the Reddit streets. He's already cheating. I have to find that video from the young man that gave us that information on what's going on with them. Carl, he's still working on Soft Bar. I don't know that he'll be there. See, y'all, I don't see this, the cast thing. Summer House had put something out on the cast, so I don't know where it is. Summer House, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Summer House? All right, let me go back, read these comments, and then we'll go to the next topic. Low key, Portia's jealous of Shamia, and Portia knows how to pluck her nerves. Dear Yvette, that is what comes with being a vet. Even though Shamia has been around as long, she's been around under Portia's wing as her sidekick and friend of. And I believe that too. Some people don't. They'll say it's vice versa, but I feel like Portia is jealous of Shamia. Portia probably does feel like she's the one that deserved. She had a rich African, but was he really rich? She had the big house, but there's an expiration date on it. She's sitting up here crying in bed with Drew about, I might end up being homeless. So I do think there's a bit of jealousy there. I also think there's a feeling of betrayal there. We do know that Shamia, according to Britt Eady, who Britt can lie to, But Rick also has sprinkled a little truth out there too. She said that Shamia was sharing text and information between Portia and Shamia with her and with others. So I think that Portia wants Shamia off the show. She don't think Shamia belongs there. Luckily, Portia doesn't have that power. But Shamia, you could do it to yourself. You could give them the power when they're not able to do it to themselves. I think that Portia behind the scenes is kind of pulling Angela's strings a little bit. Angela can deny it, but I see it. How are you madder at someone that says, keep messing with me and I'll F Charles? And you know, anytime anybody mentions Charles, you go whirling dervish crazy. So the person that says that to you, you're madder at the person that is like a little fool giggles. Shamia, you shouldn't have laughed at that. That wasn't funny. But how do you hold Shamia to a higher standard? And then Ansel couldn't even explain it last year. As a married woman, I expected her to say, Portia's been a married woman as well, twice. So why didn't you expect for her not to say that? You can hold her to that standard. Sierra's in Fiji right now, and we'll start training for Dancing with the Stars. That's right, American Born. Sierra is booked. She's busy. I'm proud of her. She's over there on After Sun doing her thing. That fan base is a little problematic, AB. They don't really like Sierra. But Love Island, anything they do does not shock me. I think KJ's mental health is bad right now. Oh, I hate that for him. I know he and Dara broke up after the season, but I don't know that that's even a bad thing. I think he needs to focus on himself 100%. And he 100% does not need to be in a place where there's all this drinking, all this conflict, feuding. I don't want that for him. I want him to take care of himself first and foremost. So yeah, if that is the case, American Born, I'm glad that he's not coming back right now. So let's see. Oh, here's another cute Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I'll show this because this made me laugh when I saw it. I said, oh my goodness, look at this. All right, hopefully there's not music playing. I didn't watch it in a minute. Oh, it's Ashley Iaconetti from the show. We know Ashley and Jared have the two kids, Dawson and Hayden. Dawson is the baby. Hayden is my boy. That's the older one. Ashley says, gotta say, he's good with kids. And you'll see what's going on here. Dawson doing what everyone wanted to do to Brian while watching the Real Housewives of Rhode Island reunion.
Oh, you're getting beat up, Brian. Dawson's beating the crap out of you.
This is great. This is what everybody wants to do to Brian.
Oh, you're getting beat up, Brian. Dawson's beating the crap out of you.
This is great. This is what everybody wants to do to Brian.
So everybody, the voice and the person holding the camera is Rula. And I guess they're having a play date. I see Rula's little girl there too in the sun watching their dad get beat down. And Dawson has felt that energy toward Brian and he's beating him down. And Ashley on the caption talking about he's good with his hands. And they're both joking. That's what everybody wanted to do to Brian. So y'all, that is hilarious. Brian, you deserve him. Get it, Dawson. Hayden, jump in. Help your brother. American Born says, I heard Ben's girlfriend, Sabrina, put out a statement. Lady, you weren't a cast member. AB, a statement. Sabrina, get out of here. We don't care what you and Ben got going on. I didn't dislike Ben at all, but I don't know if he'll come back or not. It's up to him. I feel like he's one friend of. AB said, I love this. Me too. And Sharon is laughing. They are dragging him. That's
oh, you're getting beat up, Brian. Dawson's beating the crap out of you.
Funny how Brian kids didn't stop in to help him. They just look kind of like they're saying, get him, get him. No, Ben wasn't asked back. Oh, okay. So Ben is not coming back either. That is interesting. This is really interesting. So we'll see what's going to happen with that cast. All right, let me see who else we have. Pinky Cole was on Watch What Happens Live. She did a really good job. I think she did a great job on Watch What Happens Live. And she was with the young lady from The Gilded Age who has some other project that she's doing, which I thought was pretty good. Okay, let's see. here we go. I found this, the summer house that I was just talking about. All right, let's look at this. This is Summer House cast season 11, and that's season 10. That was a bang up season. People that are not even familiar with the show were watching this season. So this is from Bravo, OMG. With filming for Summer House season 11 scheduled to begin this weekend. So Kyle, that's why you're in the Hamptons, and Ava, that's why you lip locking with him. Well, Ava knows how to get around someone that is popular. She get it from her mama. So we have Lindsay, Sierra, Mia, Bailey, Kyle, Carl, Jesse. That's the ends, everybody. And some of the ends, as American Born said, Sierra's in Bali right now, still shooting After Sun. After that, she trains for Dancing with the Stars, which is one of the most grueling reality shows there is. Remember, Tamar Braxton famously got extremely sick and exhausted and hospitalized during that training. Came back and still finished her job, but it's nothing to play with. Kenya was on there. It's just nothing to play with at all. Out West TD. Amanda, long back, long neck, greasy, half a man, woman bun, ponytail. She's out of here. Levi. I didn't mind Levi. KJ. That's KJ's choice. They wanted him back. They wanted the Mia, Sierra, and KJ triangle back. They really did. Ben. AB says he wasn't asked back. I didn't mind Ben. And Dara. Dara broke up with KJ. And I don't know if Dara wasn't with KJ for purposes of the show. So as far as KJ and his mental, I don't know. Maybe that is why he stepped away. So new additions to the cast are expected. KJ chose not to return, but may make guest appearances. So that tracks with what you heard, AB. And Lindsay and Sierra will be recurring and not there full time. That tracks with what we know to be their schedule and all the other stuff that they have going on. So that's pretty good, everybody. That's pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. All right, so let's see what other things we have going on. Okay, this is what we have heard. Let me share. Let me take that one down and share this. All right, and I may let it run again just so you hear.
Already, with nobody is surprised. The saying is within the circle, and she said he can't talk to him anymore. How about you stop talking to him? How about you just go, you live your life without a man, Amanda? How about that? How about Amanda be with Amanda? So it's just ridiculously embarrassing. It's like, how much dumber do you want to look? This actually should be filmed because it's more entertaining than her on reality TV. Actually, this is a straight comedy. So that is just wild. I don't know where she's going. She's floundering. You're gonna tell her parents again, because he said he just met her parents and he still cheated. Wes don't give a fuck, dog. I met a girlfriend's dad one time. That scared the hell out of me. I was like, I gotta treat her right forever. Wes, I feel like he cheats more after he meets your parents. Okay, so apparently the only person who loves Pink more than Danielle is Wes Wilson. They said he cheated on which nobody is surprised. The saying is within the circle, and she said he can't talk to him anymore. How about you stop talking to him?
Okay, that's repeating. Now, what the young man said, and he's obviously walking around the streets of New York, so I'm going to give him inside information. He got inside information, and West has already cheated with somebody within their circle. And the only thing that Amanda has required is that West not speak to the person anymore. Crazy, long back. You getting everything you gave Kyle and then some, and we love to see it. I think him lying about being with Sabrina the whole time pissed Andy off. Yeah, Andy doesn't like when people try to manipulate the audience and kind of move outside of the show and pretend they don't have girlfriends, boyfriends. West TD too. Him lying to me how that whole time, like, oh, I can't really be with you in public because on the show, it's better for the show if we're single. Meanwhile, whole time over here with somebody else's wife. So American Born is laughing. Yeah, I don't have a problem that this is happening. And Amanda got to stay in New York to watch this dog. You already walking Ryder. Now you got to turn around and walk West TD too. That's what she gets so long face. I don't feel a bit sorry for her, American Born. I don't feel sorry for her in the least, in the slightest. American Born still laughing, and I am too. I love it. I love a messy. Oh, some of these men can be as messy as the girl, so I find that really funny. I'm going to show you all a treat from one of my favorite shows. Honey, they put out shows like Sade puts out albums. Rarely. I need them on my screen. When you coming back? Look at her. That is the beautiful Annie Edipia, and that's Swanky Jerry. So these two are together again. Y'all, I love it. Everywhere we go. I love it. Panels come and go. Impact remains. That's Swanky Jerry. Thank you to everyone who listened, shared, and contributed. Sharing this stage with Annie McCauley. Thank you for correcting me, Swanky Jerry. No more innocent, so no more Adibia. So it is Annie McCauley. She has reclaimed her name, reclaimed her time, reclaimed her sanity, and our beautiful Annie from, y'all, this is young, famous, and African. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I can't believe these two are back together. My saddest season, y'all, I didn't like the show when Swanky Jerry and Annie broke up, and Annie was alone on an island, and I knew she was going through mentally, among other things, and we find out later what it was, but Annie is restored, everybody. She got that demon out of her life. He's over there getting knocked upside the head by a real demon, somebody that's on demon time, just like him. And honestly, I'll admit, I always liked Innocent. I liked him, but I didn't like the way he discarded Annie, because we all know that I feel she was groomed. He had saw her at maybe 14 or 15, and he was her really first and only love. And he was having baby after baby. He had 2 children with her, and he was having all these babies on her outside of the marriage. And he was just running Annie crazy. So there is the African queen, y'all. The girl of my dream. So that's Annie. I love it. So they're friends again. Somebody says, Jerry, thank you for loving Annie on our behalf. Yeah, I'm so glad they are friends again. I love it. That's liked by her and over 33,000 others. When are y'all coming back? That's what we're trying to find out. When's the show coming back on? I love it. I love Annie. AB, I do too. I can't wait until they come back. I hope it come back on soon too. Dairy Vet, me too. And what's old Diamond Platinum's up to? He's a mess too. They piled on Annie. Key1 JTV, and you don't know what someone is going through. We did not know what Annie was going through. And I unfollowed Swanky at that time. I didn't like it at all. I remember one scene, she was begging him, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And we know that along with her mental, other things were going on. And she was just shaking and like, she's got these eyes because she is an actress. She was begging him, just talk to me. And he was being really mean. No, I'm not going to talk to you. He had all these conditions upon which they could talk. And then the other girl, they brought a real ghetto Atlanta girl on, but because her parents are, I think, Ghanaian or something, the big teeth one, I can't stand her. The one Diamond Platinums were playing around with, I didn't like her. She had a lot of opinions. A bunch of the people had opinions, and I didn't care for it. I think they did pile on Annie, and I think they did a lot of damage to Annie, but she took the time away for herself with her children. She's back. She's stronger than ever. She's grown up. She's beautiful. I'm so proud of her. Joyce and the Polygamist reminds me of Annie dealing with a ninja. Oh, Cece, you mentioned it. The Joyce on the Polygamist. I started out not caring for Joyce, and when I saw how crazy that Jonas was, and then any type of woman you put with him, Matiba, you put the other one, Essie, the child, no matter what type of woman, he gonna dog. No matter the woman, you're not enough for this fool. And then you find out it's not you, it's him. He's crazy. He's an unfillable hole, and you can't fill it. I don't care. And then those 3 women, she said, okay, we'll bring you into the marriage. You can be the second wife. And I didn't think Matiba would go for it. She did. And he just ran everybody crazy, basically. Even Matiba, he ran her away from the twins. I was kind of shocked at that when she was like, Can the twins stay here for a minute? I got to go somewhere. We see this lady years later. I said, come on now, you done left the little girls. They came back like Miss Sophia's little girl. Very place to make, that was crazy. I tell you, I'll get rid of them in a second before I let them mess with my mental. Kiwan says, I need them to return because Shakib and Zari are divorcing. Oh, there is a lot of stories that can be told in the second part of it. I can't believe that's quick. You know what? Shakib was very young, but Zari was, I didn't feel like Zari fit into the show. That whole boss lady thing, I didn't really like that. I didn't like her attitude. And I find her to be kind of a colorist. I don't know. Kind of the way she would act like she was above the other people and all this kind of stuff. I didn't like that. And that, I don't know. Fantana. Thank you, Fantana. Fantana was trying to do Love and Hip Hop with them looking like Cheryl Underwood. Let me not talk about her gums. I was getting ready to do that. American Bird, that's her name. American Bird. She need to come. Maybe that'll be her rap name. And she said she a singer or a rapper or something. I love Diamond Platnumz, but he's terrible. But when somebody is like unabashedly, I can't get mad at him because Diamond Platnumz never pretend to be other than what he is, really. He didn't. The last time I saw old Diamond Platnumz, y'all, he was in a music video with Sierra, Russell Williams Sierra. I was like, there's old Diamond Platnumz, y'all. I found that so funny. I love him. America Born is laughing. Yeah, sometimes I'm really careful about how I criticize people. That's a young girl, y'all. She's in her 20s. But I didn't like the fact they had the girl take a pregnancy test and stuff. I'm like, okay, come on, girl. What are we doing? What are you doing? All right, let's see if there is anything else. I don't know why I can't get, I was trying to get, Ashley and Angela's beef that they had up here. Let me go to No Chaser. That'll be the one place I know that I can find it. And I'm with Cece. Cece said when Ashley first came out, she said, okay, I'm going to show y'all something thirsty. She said when Ashley first came out, Cece was like, okay, we don't need to see or hear from her. And y'all, now what's happening? We seeing and hearing from her. So we'll say goodbye to Swanky Jerry and our beautiful Annie McCauley. Y'all get back on Netflix. We need you. All right, let's see. Candy. It was a split decision. It was unanimous that we didn't want you. And one of the subs came in here and said, I don't mind Candy. She can come back. So since they cracked the door, I had to open it. And now this woman has, with all her followers, put up here a beautiful picture. And look at the caption. Tagline, please. Candy Barris, go away from us with this. Why is she doing this, everybody? Does she want to come back? Does she want to come back? Because she's the one that told them, I'm going to Broadway. I'm doing this, that, and the other. Honestly, they waited so long with her contract. They didn't want her to come back because they know they wanted freaking Frack back. And they got him. But now here she is trying to throw her hat back in the ring. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Do we want Candy or not? I could take her or leave her. Honestly. All right, let's see. America Born was laughing at something. Zari is, and I believe she colored her skin. I think so too, Kiwan JTV. I don't get it. The actress, that was my girl too. That girl's a nit. The one with her daughter living next door, and she has all these rich men that take care of her. She is always in gloves. They went to the beach one time, and she was just all covered. Her skin, when they showed the other picture, Zari she does still want Diamond because they have children together. She does still want him. And that boxer, that young man, that husband of hers, he was not playing with her on that level. He made me a little uneasy. Candy needs to go live her life. Kiwan J, can she please put this in your back, your rear view mirror, Candy? Come on. Because I don't know enough of the fans want it. Some of the people do for nostalgia, for old time's sake, but Candy, really, why are you still over here talking like this? Tagline, please. Go away from us with this. Can we use recycled taglines? That's my version. She won't block. I won't put that under there. But yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of taglines. I'm going to go look after this and see what the people said because Candy, leave us alone. Good God. I mean, they act like they can't leave it alone. Like Nene. Nene's still trying to come back. And I love Nene. AB says, also Liz talked to Teresa from New Jersey, and she told Liz, don't do the show. It will ruin her life. I wonder if Teresa Giudice had pure motives for telling Liz that. She might thought Liz was going to end up being a bigger housewives name than her. I think if Teresa Giudice, even knowing that she'd go to jail, knowing that she'd end up not married to Juicy Joe anymore, knowing all the things that would happen within their family, just quick, Teresa, choose. Would you do the show again? She absolutely would do it again. I think she would. I think she would. So for her to give Liz that advice, I don't know. I have to question her motive. I have to question her motive on that. Teresa Giudice is a trip. Y'all, that was, the last thing I was trying to see if I could find Angela and Ashley's little back and forth. And then from that was going to end. We're going to be at a good stopping place. So let's see. If I go to No Chaser, yeah, he had it there, and then that'll just give us, everybody knows that is Chase. So Chase is wonderful. Chase is able to assemble everything together. All right, let me see. I'm going to share this page right here so we can see on here, because he shared the same thing that I just did with, like, what is her tagline going to be? Candy, it sounds like the people getting a little tired of you. I want to see what the other people say. I may be small, whoa, but my next chapter is bigger. Chase, she can't use the same one. That's what Chase says. No, that she can't use the same one. DJ Richie Sky's under here. You know the candy is good when it's in everybody's mouth. DJ Richie Sky? That's kind of nasty. Noah Benson says, even when I'm not on the scene, I'm in the scene. In the scene with a gangster lean. Bella Toria says, stay on, please. I like bells. And let's see what's tea. I love me some candy, but coming back right now, I'd say her tagline is, I don't do comebacks. I do rescues. I don't rescue everybody, just the ones holding my purse. That used to be Todd. Let's see. Dream says the only thing bigger than rumors is my bank account. Okay. And somebody says, forever. Your captions always take me out. Yeah, Candy, enough already, okay? We good. We good on you. Remember Candy had that song with Nene? I can't mess with fake people. I'm good on you. I'm good on you. And Nene said, sing, Candy. That was so funny. I missed them. That was on one of their trips. All right, so let me see. I don't know how he assembles his stuff. I was trying to see where he put, I was trying to see where he put the that little fight that went on between Angela and the other lady. Y'all can see while I'm scrolling, so I can see this here. There's Riley. Riley's looking good. There she is. Our niece is coming back. She was on the Riley World Tour. So I love the fact that she travels. Riley's amazing. Okay, here go these people. God. I don't really care. Angela, you're a clown. Oh, this is crazy. Angela says the full story would be revealed. It looks like things aren't over just yet. They would go on a 2-week break before the full story is revealed. I can take the wins with the losses. Angela says, I can respect it. I've apologized to Phaedra. I got it wrong when the truth is right in my face. What now looks misplaced is me finally realizing who sent them. So it gets worse before it gets better. Angela, girl, we don't care. This is new, y'all. I thought this was from last season. Y'all, I've been told I tweet too much, but I'm sensitive about my art. Baby, that's the problem, Angela Oakley. This ain't art. This is a reality show. This is ridiculous. This ain't art. This is for our entertainment. We're laughing with this stuff. So I think some of them get on here and take it a little too seriously. This is crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what, I think Angela is ruining the goodwill that she had from the audience. And I hate to see it. I don't know why she's doing that. All right. And I don't, maybe it's just meant for me not to find Ashley. So I'm okay with that, honestly. I don't care. All right, everybody. If I don't see anything, let me see. No, there's nothing else. Let me see if there's any comments, any other comments on here. American Born says she looked so good in her confessionals last night. Cece says my tagline would be "Play with your mama, not me," and that would that would be a good. Now Candy could borrow that, Cece, because then you tie in Mama Joyce. Play with your mama, not me. That's a good one, Cece. Hey to everyone I couldn't speak to. Yeah, Cece was driving early when she came in and spoke. I love that. AB, I love it too. That sounds like Cece. Play with your mama, not me. And Cece says, replay gang, hit the like button, drop a comment, and let's hype this video up. Yes, everybody, please do that. We are at a great stopping place. I appreciate you joining me 2 times in a live on a Thursday afternoon, just a random Thursday afternoon. So I was able to get out my other review and then able to come on here and do this review. So I appreciate all of you that were able to join me for that. And I want to thank you, and leave a like on the way out if you didn't get to leave one on the way in. Team Replay, hit the hype button, keep me in the algorithm. And as always, thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra, and I will see you in the YouTube streets. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great one.
I don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
That I don't think that he's good. That I